Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of Basketball Wives Season 7, Episode 12. It started off where it ended last week with the PSA event that Jen and Tammy was going at it, going back and forth argument. It started escalating that Tammy said it'd be one more bitch that was going to fight. Jen said she got pepper spray, so she would pepper spray Tammy ass if she ever tried to put her hands on her. I was like, damn girl, you about it, you want to be pepper spray, but it is what it is. So Reggie took Tammy out the room, took her to the side, said, calm down, this is not the type of event that you need to do it. So Reggie calmed Tammy down. Jackie came over there and told her that it's a PAC event, let's not do this. OG was telling Tammy it's not the time to do this, don't let her take you out the character and everything. So they said, you know what, you're right, then just calm down. Out of nowhere, Krista started crying. Krista started saying, this is crazy, I can't do this, why are y'all doing this and everything. I said, Kristen, well, Jen is the one who caused all these problems, like really. But Cece said something. She said, well, Hannah, deregulating, you're the one who brought this up, deregulate, because it was Kristen thing, because Kristen was so into the freaking drama. She brought this up. She was asking why to feel like y'all don't like Jen, but Tammy's not at fault and this and that. And she would never ask these questions. None of this would never brought up. Jen would have still been on her freaking side corner by herself, and Tammy would have been her by herself. But you wanted to butt in and ask all these questions, and now this stuff going on, and the argument started escalating, and they're about to start fighting, and then you want to start crying because it's a PAC event and it's not the time we're supposed to be doing this. And she said women not supposed to be at each other's throat. We had a PSA event about police brutality, gun violence and everything, and we should not be doing this. They said, well, you know how these ladies are when they get together, so you should not be in your emotional feelings. So she was in her feelings about it, and then saying that this is dumb, it's crazy. So Jen came over, she said, why are you crying? She said, this is ridiculous, y'all fighting over petty stuff, and we had a PSA event, we just calmed this down. So she said, you know what, they said it's right. So they all calmed down. They went back to the PSA, and Jackie showed the video. It was a very nice video, and she dedicated the video to Malaysia's brother Dante, and it got Malaysia crying. And it was nice. It was very nice, touching for Jackie to dedicate that video to Dante. So it was nice. And Kristen, she having a hard time with this baby. She said, what's her baby name? Oh, I forgot Kristen's baby name. Mackenzie, I think. Oh yeah, Kristen baby Mackenzie. She is out of control. Like, she tearing things up. She's not listening, and she's doing a lot. Tom is away a lot of the time, so she said she needs help. She can't do everything by herself. She don't have time, so she tried to get a nanny. Getting a nanny, she realized it doesn't work out. Sometimes nanny doesn't work out. Sometimes you get a good nanny. Hey, you got the money, you can find another nanny. So it's not like that's the only nanny you can get. Not every nanny gonna works out. But if you need the time and you're gonna be busy, you're gonna be working, and Thomas is working, and y'all have time, y'all should interview more people and have the nanny. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. And then later on, Kristen took her baby Mackenzie and Thomas together, that's her husband, to baby modeling, and she at first was not into it, but then she got into it a little bit. And Mackenzie's a little cute though, but yeah, it's up to age when she wanna do things and get involved in everything and not paying attention, not focus, and it was a lot. So, you know, Kristen wanted a second child so bad, and Thomas like, nah, we can't have a second child right now. We can't do this right now. It's too much. So they went back in the house. They had mad clothes on the table, and Mackenzie was throwing all that clothes on the floor. I was like, ooh, that would be me, because Mackenzie would look at Papa. So I said, no, be throwing your clothes on the floor, Missy. Not today. But that's that. And that is discussion, and Kristen realized that her husband Thomas is right. Maybe the second child is not good at the moment, because Thomas say maybe Mackenzie should get older so she can help out with her little kid, her little sibling, if they have like a child. And Kristen was like, I don't want to be an old mom. You getting older. And he said, well, when the daughter's getting older, you go get older anyway. And Kristen realized he's right. And said, but she said, you know what? This conversation does not have been shut down. We will talk about this later. But right now, it's not the time to having a second child. So I said, yeah, it's not right. And if I don't go through all the scenes, because it may be because all the scenes was important. I'm just going to talk about some things that just brought up to me. It's important to me to talk about. So Jen with this dating thing, right? So Jen have a hard time. Remember last couple episodes, she went to see a relationship coach, Spicy, and it comes to find out Jen, like, she does sabotage a lot of her relationships. Like, she's ignored red flags. She gets into every bad relationship after bad relationships, and she doesn't come out, and she get damaged. So it's like, what is you doing that? What are you doing, Jen, that make you feel like every relationship you get involved with, it doesn't turn out? You get rocky, you know the flags, you get stumped on, you get cheated on, and everything. And she can't, it's a bad habit, and then that trickles down to your friendship, because if you can't fix yourself and worry about what you're doing and heal yourself, then you go repeat the cycle of bad relationships. And once you break that cycle, once you know exactly what you're doing and how you are actually enabling or contributing to these bad relationships by accepting the bad behavior, keep it letting it go a long time, don't say anything, let it fester, and to the point that it destroy your life, and to the point that you can't take it anymore. That's that. And you can't ignore these red flags. You gotta face it. If you ignore it and you just let it slide by, that's why you stay in this messed up relationships. So once you start hitting that and getting control of yourself and bettering yourself, in that whatever your next relationship you get into, you won't damage it. That means that you won't be able to know the signs and know where to leave, and not stay in a messed up relationship just because you want to be in a relationship and you don't want to be alone. That's the problem. I think Jen feel like she don't want to be alone, so she stays in these relationships knowing that it's toxic for her. So that's that. So she went on this date bingo, and she asked Kristen to go with her as her wing woman. I said, if you gonna go on a date, why you gonna bring a third wheel? But it was only an event to her to get a date. So they went. She brought Kristen over. They had spice bingo, and what it is that if the conversation is true to her, they will mark X, and once they get it like 5 in a row, they would say bingo, and then that person would go talk to Jen and Kristen. It was a couple of people. It was a young guy who 26 years old. I said, yeah, Jen, you not be a cougar right now. He's 26. He's young. You know exactly the age difference. You mature. You want to settle down in life. He's not going to settle down. So he's out of it. And then you get this another person named Josh. He seemed like a good candidate. He's like, he works. He got a good job. He's like respectful, good manners. That was good. And then there was another person named Damage that he admitted that he cheated. I say, hey, he's very truthful that he admits that he cheated, because a lot of guys cheat and they up to today don't want to admit that they have been cheated or that have been doing the cheating and get caught cheating. He admitted that he got caught cheating a couple of times. I said, oh, you're a cheater. So hey, at least admit it. A lot of guys still cheat today and don't feel like they done nothing wrong. I say, hey, good. But it was like, this is exactly why Jen's behavior is like she getting this fucked up relationship, because when they was went down and choosing their potentials, she said she liked Josh is security, but she into Damage, and his name was DJ Damage. He's the one who admitted that he was a cheater. And what's that? I said that when Crystal was like, that's why Jen is getting in relationships, because she was going to choose Damage. And I said, why, bitch? That's why you choose Damage. I said, oh, Jen, girl. But they chose Josh. Security. I mean, Josh could be fun, too. It's like, just because guy who got money and got well for themselves, doesn't mean they're gonna be boring. They could be fun. Yes, they have a set schedule and they could be busy with their work, but they could be fun too. Like just tell them that you want fun and you want excitement in your relationship, and they can do it. So Jen and the guy went on a date, and it was a nice little date. It was asking the questions. Jen talked about how she had a hard time with relationships in the past because she get burned and she get fucked over with no lube and no condom on, and she couldn't get over the fact that he said that he smashed in the last 7 days. I said, so what? He's single, so if he has sex in the last 7 days, he has sex in the last 7 days. It is what it is. Just because your ass didn't get sex in the last 7 months and your poom poom is dried up doesn't mean that somebody else should be sitting down waiting and waiting. He could be a still good potential date. He just single. He do what he had to do. He horny. He had a good time. Whatever it is, what it is. But doesn't mean that he's not ready for relationships. So like that. So if you're single, you do you. Doesn't mean that you gonna be out there hoeing around. You just doing you until you find that potential mate that he will settle down. And I think he's the type of guy who will settle down if he finds somebody to settle down with. So they got a good, nice little date. So it was okay. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Alright, so then we get this thing with OG, right? OG is still having the fact that Kwame don't want to settle down on something that she said that she had a good time when he was here. When he's here, they don't live in the same house. It's like they've been together for like 4 years or something like that. But half of the time he was overseas and she's there. It's like long distance. So they haven't been having that interaction, but they do have interaction. They still not always together in the same place and everything. So I said, this is what it is. So, but she said she ready to settle down and have be married and have a long-term future with him. But she don't know where he stands. So every time she brings it up, he's like he get cold feet or he just dance around the situation. So the mom told her, you need to sit down and talk to him, because if he's not on the same page with you, then you just need to freaking let go and move on, because you can't just like sitting around complaining about it if you just gonna stay. And if he's not on the same page, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta move on in your life, because you cannot stagnate your life and put your life in hold. It's for somebody who's not ready. So she had a little FaceTime with Kwame. Kwame is overseas at Venezuela, and they had a little FaceTime. They were showing stuff, lingerie, shirt, and everything. It was bad connection a little bit. And then she brought this conversation up. She said, where are we at? We see each other in the future. You see each other forever. And he said, well, it used to be forever. When he said that, and then he starts choking and he didn't say much, and then OG started going off over the mouth. I said, OG, the signs is right there in front of you. He sees you as okay, as girlfriend material or something, but I don't think he sees you as a potential. He's not ready. He's not ready. It's there. It's clearly showing that he's not ready. But you keep hammering it, and keep bringing this up. It's not going to let him be ready anytime soon. Move on, OG, because it's clear that this guy is not ready for the relationship. He don't want a future with you, because when you said forever, he's like, it's forever? No, he having his good time. He having a good time knowing that you are his, he's someone he could come to when he comes from overseas. He can play thing, and then when he go back, he do whatever he doing over there, because it's long distance. You don't know what he's doing. And he having the fun. He's young, and he gonna do him. So y'all can't. It's y'all in two different points in your life. You ready to settle down and have a future together. He's not ready, so let it go, OG. It's clearly showing the signs that he is not ready for you. And he's not ready to be a forever with you. It's fun for now for him. Until he get tired, then he will leave. That's why. So having kids or getting engaged, you get married, that's too much attachment. He don't want that attachment, because that means he gonna be stuck, and he don't want to be stuck. And I can see it. So I don't know why OG is suing him about it. Let it go. He's not on the same page. He's clearly showing you. Alright. So we get this Bible basketball camp thing, and this is a little thing about the more background story between Kristen and Cece, because you know Kristen and Cece has not been like cool head together anymore. They're not being on the same page. At first they were cool, but now they's like beefing. And Byron and basketball camp. Cece, Jackie, Malaysia, and OG was there. They had a good time. They was performing. They was practicing, shooting the basketball, and then they had to sit down. They had to sit down and talking. They was talking about the kids not being there, and CC kids not there, and Malaysia kids not there, and they would be great having this basketball camp, but they away with their fathers, and they taking their time, co-parenting, and they said, "Oh my God, I wish that he just stayed with me forever." But that was that, and then the conversation between Kristen come up. OG asked, "Well, Kristen?" And Cece said, "Me and Kristen haven't been eye to eye for lately. Like we haven't talked for a while." And she said that it seemed like Jen is rubbing up on her. And Melissa said, "No, Jen is not rubbing up on her. It makes it seem like she's weak." I was like, "Why, Jen?" It's like, no, but like, Kristen's not weak. It's just that yes, Jen came in a relationship. She started getting friends with Jen, and that will cause the friendship between Kristen and Cece, because when Kristen started siding with Jen and Evelyn and being on their side, and after this whole thing about this conversation about her giving happy endings and stuff, and that didn't blow up, and then you started going off at Cece instead of defending her, that's how it started winning downhill. So Jen is part of the equation. It's part of it. Doesn't mean that Jen has the or the influence over Kristen, but still, that's kind of part of the situation. But that was that. They say you need to work it out because y'all not together and y'all need to get things right. And she said, okay, we need to see that, because we haven't had that conversation together to hash things out. So they need to sit there and have a one-on-one and see what their deep issues are. Because right now, getting other ladies involved is not going to help it. Y'all need to sit down face to face and have a conversation, see why y'all two is not clicking. And why when y'all got in the show, it was so easy for your friendship to fall apart. It seems like your family dynamics, the family bond was not as close as should have been if y'all let these girls get in between y'all friendship like that. So later on, Kristen met Malaysia, and they had to sit down, and Kristen told Malaysia some things, that she got a text from Cece saying that Byron does not want to see they want to invite them for birthdays, holidays, anything anymore, because they don't pay their way. And so like that. And then she talked about an event that she was like, that Chrissy throws events, and she invites Thomas and Kristen there, and they go, and then Bill comes. Kristen be telling Thomas, "Yeah, we got to pay up the bill. We got to pay something." And she said, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And this is the sack that I have. If you go tell somebody don't worry about it, don't later on bring it up in their face and say, "Oh well, you don't be paying." It's like you telling people not to worry about it. It's like that. I was like, not to worry about it, and then they don't do it because they believe that you not gonna throw this in the face, and you paying it, and you want to pay the bill because you want to pay the bill. And they say okay. But later on, you throw in their face and say, "Oh, they don't pay their way," and say, "No. If you have a problem that I'm paying, then tell them that we're gonna split the bill. Don't tell them, oh, don't worry about it after we offer to pay, and then you go throw in their face later on saying that, oh, you don't be paying." I don't like that. If I go out with somebody and I go with a group of friends, I'm paying my own way. I said, listen, if we have a bill, we together, and if we gonna split, we gonna decide to split. If we don't want to split, we get separate bills, and I pay my portion, you pay your portion, and you pay yours, unless the restaurant doesn't do split bills. Then we gotta split the cost. But if you're not willing to do that, then we don't willing to go out, because I'm not gonna do that. I always bring my own money. I don't let nobody pay my way, because I don't want nobody to tell me or throw in my face, "Well, I pay for you. I say, really? Then how much it costs? I pay your money back, because you're not gonna put that over me. So I don't know, for Byron to say that and put that over them, that's wrong. And she said that Malaysia said that maybe Cece brought that out there to have that open conversation between y'all two, to have that conversation when y'all need to have, when y'all sit down together. And Kristen said, she said something that was alarming, because I remember Byron has a son named Thomas. Thomas is married to Kristen. So Kristen related to us that she don't know the last time that Byron seen her child, and that's his grandchild. So I was like, wow. Really? So that's alarming to me, because I said, ain't a woman or anybody gonna let me stop seeing my grandchild. And they live like down the street. Not like they live like a whole little state or somewhere else. They live like down the street, like a couple block buildings down. They can just come down and see their child. So whatever reason's going on, that Byron's not seeing his grandchild, that's not good. That's not good at all. No matter if CC and Chris is beefing each other, you should not have not going to see your grandchild. I'm sorry, that's not good in my eyes. So it seems like they make it seem like CC is keeping Byron away from them for a reason, because CC telling Byron everything that's going on between Kristen and the ladies and stuff like that. But that should not stop Byron from seeing his grandchild. Now, if Byron's letting that stop us seeing his grandchild, then that's Byron. Whatever CC, FCC, that's my grandchild. Whatever. But that was that. And then they had a little table scene with Evelyn, Malaysia, and Shawnee telling Evelyn what happened about the PXA event. And then Evelyn went to defend Jen and said maybe because Jen hadn't have her parents around, so she's playing some of this thing and she needs to work on herself. And that's why she said, well, Shawnee said, well, she needs to work on her, because if she got any friends while she's 40-something years old and don't have any friends, then it's something wrong with her. She need to fix herself, because why she don't have any friends now? That's something wrong with her. But Evan don't want to see that, so let go. I don't care about that. But at the same time, CC and Kristen, they need to sit down and have this conversation, because something deep is going on between this little petty little thing. That small thing. Something deep going on between those two, that they're family and they cannot get together and work this out. But that was my review. Hope you like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me what y'all think about Kristen and CC. Tell me about everything about how you feel about the Jenna and Tammy and Shawnee, that other thing, situation circle going on. And let me know your thoughts. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos if you can. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace.